Good afternoon, everyone. I'm not very good with protocols, so I'll just say all protocols observed. My name is Deji Adeyanju. I'm a lawyer, and I'm also a troublemaker. Thank you. I'll now give the mic to Martins.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Martins Vincent Ote. I am from Edo State. They call me Very Dark Man on Instagram. Now that the camera is on me, thank God the people that move powers are here. I would like to say the people of Borno State, a flood carried their house, so they've contributed a lot of money for the governor and he's here to do something about them. So you people have to put focus on that before we move on.
His introduction, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Dear colleagues, we didn't come here to play.
Trouble I was referring to is good trouble, not bad trouble. Very, very good. Trouble towards development of our nation.
Just introduction we want from you.
Yes, my name is Deji Adeyanju. I've done the intro already. So I respectfully withdraw if there's any misgivings. Thank you.
Chairman, all protocol duly observed. My name is Aweruso Gedomu Esquire. I'm a legal practitioner and I'm the counsel for Bobrisky, Idris, also known as Idris. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We will come to that. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, this is a speech delivered by Honorable Ginger Onsibe, Chairman Joint Committees on the investigation of disturbing allegations of corruption against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the Nigerian Correctional Services during the investigation hearing on Monday, 30th September 2024 at the House of Representatives New Building National Assembly Complex. I welcome you all to this very significant investigative hearing on the allegations of corruption leveled against the Economic and Financial Crime Commission and the Nigerian Correctional Service by Mr. Idris O, a popular Nigerian cross-dresser also known as Bobrisky. It was reported that during his recent incarceration, Bobrisky was allegedly given separate accommodation outside the facility of the Nigerian Correctional Service due to financial inducements of some personnel of the Nigerian Correctional Service. It was also reported that some EFCC operatives demanded a sum of 15 million naira as bribe to give Bobrisky what is termed as soft landing in his case. Worthy of note is another financial inducement of an alleged 10 million naira to Falanas in their offer to Bobrisky to facilitate his release through the Minister of Justice using presidential pardon. Flowing from the above, it is very clear that these allegations of corruption are weighty controversies against two of the nation's key agencies. They are symbols of national unity, honor, and discipline. Hence, all must be ready to give the fullest cooperation as we try to get to the root cause and unravel the facts of the matter. Fellow Nigerians, you may agree with me that this development is very dangerous to the image of our country and democracy among the Committee of Nations, which calls for careful investigation, diligent analysis, and sober reflection. In course of our work and looking sincerely at the terms of reference, we should be able to expose corrupt activities and risks. Need to keep public sector honest, transparent, and accountable, curb dishonest practices, and ensure public sector employees act in public interest. The danger of corruption in any public agency cannot be overemphasized, for it can result to financial losses, damage to employee morale, damage to its reputation, and lead to focus and resources being diverted away from delivering core statutory rules and services to the country. Corruption is an insidious plague that has a wide range of corrosive effects on the society. It undermines democracy and the rule of law and leads to violation of decent societal values. Widespread corruption deters investment, weakens economic growth, and undermines the rule of law. Corruption undermines public trust in authority, which can lead to civil unrest and unnecessary political dislocations and tensions. Today, we seek through probe into the allegations of corruption in Nigeria Correctional Services and the Economic Financial Crimes Commission. An unconditional comprehensive investigation into the damning allegations. You will agree with me that all allegations are reprehensible behavior, highest form of indiscipline, unprofessionalism, which must be confronted with absolute zero tolerance and severe consequences for would-be culprits. Therefore, our job as a committee is to engage in unconditional and comprehensive investigations of these allegations specified above. In fiercely resisting this scandal, which has caused serious rupture within the concerned two national agencies, this committee will not tolerate any compromise on its core values of integrity, transparency, and accountability. And we must be thorough and unbiased in our investigation. In the face of these pressing challenges, and I implore us all to pay adequate attention in uploading valuable guidelines, practical strategies, and vigorous perspectives to ultimately prescribe reasonable advice to relevant stakeholders and punishment as the deterrence to others in future. At this point, I want to deeply appreciate the confidence reposed on the committee and to state without missing words that the 10th House of Representatives, under the able leadership of Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, is committed to the best global practices in delivering democratic dividends to Nigerian people. Hence, the prompt emergence of this special investigative exercise. Before I conclude, I want to call our attention to the fact that we must limit ourselves to the subject matter for which we are here today. We don't want anybody to deviate from the reasons why we are here today. And the reasons why we are here today is very clear. And I have mentioned three of them. One is that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission was accused of demanding a correctional facility for the duration of his prison term. Thirdly, that Mr. Femi Falana's son collected the sum of 10 million naira from Mr. Idris to pursue a pardon from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu through the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation. Conclusion. As a committee, we must be able to put on our moral armor to crack severely the foundation of these weighty and devastating allegations, to try and rescue the federal agencies involved from the brink of unprecedented danger and ridicule. Finally, we should also be able to evolve a strategy to jointly prescribe the culture of true professional ethos within the Nigerian Correctional Services and the EFCC. God bless you all and happy deliberation. Ginger Onwusibe, House Committee Chairman on Financial Crimes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And that was the chairman
of the Joint Committee. Honorable members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I have the permission of the chairman
To me and Bobrisky. So I don't see any reason why I'll be here and Bobrisky will not be here. Now, my lawyer will be the one to talk and I will not say a word because I will not want to walk out on the people that are old enough to be my father. So I won't say anything until Bobrisky is here and the ESCB chairman is here. Thank you very much.
Let me crave your indulgence to say that I do know this is Parliament, presided over by the chairman of the House Committee on Anti-Corruption and very eminent members of this committee. Let us be bound by the rules of this business. The very fundamental rule that we have as a rule of practice here in Parliament is that when a witness is invited to testify, the witness can only leave the point of testimony upon being discharged by the chairman. And so with due respect to the first witness that has been called, I want to move with the chairman that the witness so called, as it were, goes back to the point of testimony until he's discharged by the chairman of this hallowed committee. That is first. Then second, it is not the witness that sets the rule for Parliament. Parliament has its rule of practice. And so to that extent, it is the chair that will determine the rules for this proceeding. So it's the chairman that can discharge a witness, the chairman that sets the rules. So to that extent, Mr. Chairman, may I move with respect a motion that the first witness as called to testify be sworn, as it is the practice of Parliament. Then we'll take it up from there, Mr. Chairman. This is serious business, and this is not the first time we're having an investigative hearing. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I so move.
I represent the Nigerians, especially the heartbeat of Lagos Social Song. Mr. Chairman and the co-chairman and distinguished colleague, by virtue of Section 88, Sub 1, Sub B, this Parliament has the power to invite anybody and investigate any person. Therefore, it is an aberration for a witness to come before us and say he will not say nothing. Mr. Chairman, in line with the previous speaker, this House seeks that the witness return back to the witness box and give evidence. Secondly, I hereby second it.
That Mr. Martins Vincent return to the witness box and continue with his presentations. If you are in support, may you say aye? Those who are against, say nay. The ayes have it. Mr. Vincent, let me address you. You don't have more to say here. All you need to do is to adopt the video you posted. That is just that. Just say it's you that posted that video and your source. We have the video already. Just say this video, you posted it and this is the source. It's just the video. That is the only business you have here. Then we can ask you questions.
As I earlier said, my lawyer will be the one to speak. I'm not saying anything. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for yielding the floor to me. Mr. Chairman, I do not think that's taking this investigative hearing seriously. I think we need to move to the next level and get him compelled. He was the one that was invited. So if he came here with his lawyer, that is his own private business. He must talk to us because Parliament has invited him. And I don't think we should accept this from him at all. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, permit me to say this. I think you are taking this thing so simple, and that is why one of our guests is doing what he's doing. This is Parliament. We are not acting outside the Constitution that empowers us as a Parliament. It is bound on him, as you have called him to that witness box, to speak to us. Even adopting whatever he has been submitted, it also has to come from what he has said before adopting it. And also I want to add, for those who are yet to get there, it is your submission here that is final. What you say is final, and that should be abided by. If that is not taken, you can invoke the law of the house. Thank you so much.
Maybe he may want to talk to us because this is a parliament. We have our rules here. You made these weighty allegations. You are supposed to lead this process. And I know that you thought well before you came public to make these allegations. So what I am saying is that you are still there on the witness box, and we expect you to address us. It is not your duty whether Bobrisky came here or not. That one concerns us. We also have our constitutional powers to subpoena him to come here. We have those powers. So you are not expected to dictate to us what we should do. So we expect you to talk to us, but where you refuse, we can invoke the constitutional powers we have here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If the proceedings and also assist parties before this committee. I have a background as a lawyer. I practiced for over 14 years, and I hold a doctorate degree in law. I also know that even in regular court sessions, the absence of the accused person's counsel or accused person himself does not stop the prosecution from continuing the course of his business. And Parliament had issued 3 notices to parties, and parties are before us. Whoever is not before us, it is the business of Parliament to decide what to do, whether to issue a bench warrant from here or whatever it is. That is the business of the committee. In fact, the chairman of the committee, who presides over this session. And so I want to state here clearly, for avoidance of doubt, that in the event that the gentleman who is here as a witness refuses to respect the fully constituted committee of the House sitting in its place as under the mandate of the National Assembly, pursuant to the relevant provisions of the Constitution, part of Parliament, according to the justice of this case. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
To invite senior government officials that have come here. Members of the House of Reps are gathered here based on the allegations that were made. So I think it's important to emphasize that the witness needs to speak to these allegations that were on social media
to speak and let us understand how and why these allegations were made. You need to speak as a witness, as I've been invited. Otherwise, this House will exercise its powers as members have said. Senior government officials are here. The Correctional Service, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, they are all here. So it's important that you speak to these allegations that you made, please.
All right. Can I? Kelechi Nwoku. Why we stepping here today? The gentleman there has already administered oath here, and we are elected by the people. We are not just here by our own. Our people mandated us to be here. And the House has directed that we must carry on with this investigation. We have investigated a lot of agencies, not just individuals. Where an institution like EFCC, prisons, have been mentioned, you can't sweep it under the carpet. It's like giving goat yam to look after, and the next thing somebody is telling you story. So you are there already to testify. I will advise you, go ahead, give your testimony. Nobody should mislead you. People voted for us to be here. The powers of this House cannot be taken for granted, and we will not allow it. You won't step in here and tell 360 members of the House of Representatives that you're not going to say anything. If we do that, we've not set good principle for the Parliament. So I want to beg you, the power behoves on us to protect the citizens and institutions, which you're also one of them, and these institutions are here. So I will plead to you to go ahead. Nobody should deceive you. And I want to plead with your lawyer. You see, we invited him, not you. You've been raising your hand. We are in charge here. Here, we are in charge. And I just want you to know that. So, you should allow your client. For here, we invited him here. Allow your client to testify. This is not, if you feel whatever we've done here, you are not okay with it. You have other routes to also express your, we have routes to appeal. So I hereby second the motion moved by my colleague that the man should go ahead. Thank you.
All right, dear colleagues, if he needs the help of his lawyer to talk, let us allow you to say what you want to say. Let's hear you. Give him the microphone.
Sorry, sirs. Let him talk.
Basically, what he's saying is that the person who made all the allegations against the security agencies is not here. The person does not respect this House. That's what he's saying. Number two. I'm just re-echoing what we have discussed. Number two. He's saying that he has not said he's not going to speak. At least we came prepared. We came with almost everything that is needed by this committee here. We have even come with additional evidence that is not even available online. We have come with everything. So he's not saying, I don't want to assist the committee, I don't want to talk. He's saying because that person who should be here, who is not here, who has sent a lawyer to represent he or she, that he too is not going to talk directly, that he's going to talk to his counsel. That's just all he's saying, and nothing more.
In addition, I would like to say the man from my state He said if I don't speak, they'll move a motion to detain me. I will not mind being detained until I will not mind. Okay, sorry, please. And also in the voice notes, Bobrisky said something about a godfather. So it's obvious that there's a godfather somewhere that might maybe told him not to come, and then nothing will happen because he has disrespected everybody here by not coming, and you are trying to force me to talk, and you are already throwing a little threat that you detain me. I'll stay in the cell, and this is not my first time, it's not my second time. So I'll go and stay there until he's ready. But for now, I will not say anything. If I say anything, let me die.
It's okay. The Learned Council, we have taken note of the fact that Bobrisky is not here. It is on us to decide the next line of action, not on you. He has let us know that you came here prepared. Why don't you allow your client to make his speeches and adopt the documents here and submit it? Yeah. Because let me tell you, excuse me. Yes, excuse me. Order, please. We didn't come here to play. We did not come here to play. That Bobrisky is not here. He is not the only person we invited. We invited EFCC, they are here. Members of the correctional services, they are here. There are other people who are also here. Even the prosecutor is here. The man you are accusing that withdrew the charges is here. It's not only Bobrisky. The same people that are accused of collecting money and moving him from the medium prison to elsewhere, they are also here. So it's not only Bobrisky that is here. We can take you people today, take correctional, take EFCC. If Bobrisky did not arrive at the end of this section, we will also take a decision on it. So I don't think we should be begging or pleading with you people to take care of this, to talk on this. I don't think so. We don't even want any legal representation here. Your client is here. He is here alive and body. So this controversy don't need to arise at all. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues, there's a saying where we come from that a clear conscience will ultimately fear no accusation. I see no reason why an adaptation of his documents, both online and the additional ones which you have said you have brought, cannot be made. But to make a mockery of the House and say you will not speak, and if you speak, you will die, is not civil, which I expect us all to be at this point. We are not prosecuting him. We are trying to find out and get to the root of this very heinous and grievous allegations made to state officials. So, my brother, his legal counsel, I implore you to speak to your client to do the needful and move forward. Bobrisky, whether he, she, it is not here, it is irrelevant, because when he, she, whatever is going to be spoken to, if he's not here, then we will handle that issue there. The Economic Crimes Commission is here, the correctional services are here. So let us move forward, my dear brother. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I yield.
Mr. Chairman, meeting him or not, that Bobrisky, who is the center of this matter, should be properly addressed so that we do not send a wrong signal. Already Bobrisky is claiming to be untouchable. He's claiming to be untouchable. He has put the EFCC in bad light. He has put the correctional services in very bad light. And this young man, even though his speech is is unbecoming, I do not support the way you have spoken here. But let this young man not use us to shine. We must do the proper thing. Bobrisky should be addressed, issues should be addressed properly. If the man says, I talked about Bobrisky, and the Bobrisky is not here, please, I want him to be here so that you will hear what I will say. Bobrisky should be brought here. Please, my dear colleagues, let's not, I'm saying as a caution, if you want me to move it, it will be, if it is a motion, I thereby move that Bobrisky, okay, if we're not there.
We are not honorable. We have noted what you have said. Order, please. Order, please. We have noted what you have said. Nobody amongst us here is saying that because Bobrisky did not come here today, that he or she will not come here. What we are saying is that we are not there yet. We have our order here. When it gets to him and he is not here, we will also deal with that. So that is what we are saying. So, council, yes, can you confer with him so that he can make presentation and tender whatever you have to us?
No, he's talking to his lawyer. You are with him? You are with him.
Council, are you okay now? Yeah, so can we proceed? Order, please. Can we proceed? Can we proceed?
All right. All right, can I go on to speak now? So, initially I said if I speak, let me die, I will not die again. So, I will just go on to... Now, in the video I posted online, I explained everything. For the people that saw the video, it was well detailed and well explained. How I got hold of that recording is as a result of Bobrisky blackmailing somebody he owes money. So according to the story and according to the evidence, that's a proof of chat that was sent to me. The person borrowed Bobrisky 4 million naira when Bobrisky was in the EFCC detention, or rather in the private apartment lodge. The person gave him the money on the, on the 19/6/2024. The person gave him the money, 4 million naira. It was transferred to this account number 0496411279. Abiola Okuneye, and as you know, Bobrisky's name is Okuneye, so apparently Kuda Bank. So apparently it's his brother's account. So when it was time to get the money back, according to the story the guy told me and the evidence I saw, he told Bobrisky he wanted that money to complete his building in Lagos. So that was why I borrowed him the money. It was now time to pay. From the receipt I have here, he sent him a message. Bobrisky refused to respond. Sent him another one after like few days. Bobrisky also refused to respond. When Bobrisky eventually responded, Bobrisky said, I'm going to give you the money in, I think, September. So September 1st, the guy reached out to Bobrisky again. Bobrisky refused. And the next thing that followed it was blackmail. He said, I will tell them that you are smooshing me and you are kissing me. So the guy felt very, very somehow because felt like he was not going to get his money. God so kind, there's a very dark man that has the platform to call out the people that owes money and they will pay. So a friend of mine who is very popular contacted me and he said, VDM, see what's going on. And I said, okay, no problem. If you have received, send it. Then when he sent it, now I'll say something here. When he sent it, immediately I made a video, first video, and I said, Bobrisky, I'm giving you 4 hours to pay back. Then he started begging the guy. Now, what I'm about to say now, my lawyer does not even know. Now, he started begging the guy. Then he paid. Immediately, he paid. But when I listened to the audio, I said, nah, even though you pay, this has to go there out there, man. Because EFCC cannot go around harassing some boys, young boys, and somebody with a godfather will be pulling stunts. I was detained in the prison. My very good friend, Sheon Kuti, was detained as well. A lot of boys are inside the prison. Bobrisky is not any way better than them. So I didn't see any reason why I should keep the audio. I kept the receipt of his payment, which he paid that day. He paid that day. So immediately I got it, I just smiled. So he was actually guilty. But here's the thing, Bobrisky didn't know that this guy recorded everything. But because Bobrisky, obviously I have the platform, yeah? He understands how I roll. So he quickly paid, but I said, no, it has to go there. Now, I need to clarify something about Femi Falana and the Falana chambers. Because apparently right now, some people are taking advantage of what is going on to target Femi Falana. And I would like to still say here now that I apologize to him for the dent on his name. But however, it's so sad that his name was inside that audio. I could not believe it as well. That was why that was the part that even irritated me more, which I said I refuse to believe that it will be part and party to something like that would make people take somebody out of prison and to get a pardon. So yeah, I have the recording. I have one part. I can't give you guys the whole part because I don't know if Bobrisky Godfather is here to collect everything. So I'll give you one part of it, then maybe when another time I can give you the complete audio. Furthermore, if he denies that one, I have another one that he does not even know about. So I am very, very ready. The reason why I wanted him to be here, I wanted to be looking directly into his eyes so that he will understand that Nigeria is not for the godfathers. Yes, Nigeria is not for the godfathers. I will not allow corruption. If I see a secret about you, Oga, I will tell. Oga, even you that say you prove me inside prayer, I will tell, especially you, I will tell. I will make sure everybody knows. And I'm being very, very honest. I will not fear anything. I'll put it out there because Nigeria has gone down. Now, I will implore you people to actually do the right thing because the judiciary system is messed up so bad. It's messed up so bad. You people have to save your face. I believe a lot of APC members are here. So you people need to save yourself.
It's okay, it's okay. Can we... Can you tender what you have to the clerk? Hello? The clerk. Can you tender it to the clerk? You...
All right, so I'll state the things I'll be giving.
Okay.
So I'm giving him the flash that contains the first audio recording of about 5 minutes 36 seconds. And then I'm giving him the first receipt for transaction the guy made to Bobrisky. Also some part of the charts, and then the return of the money, which was on Tuesday, September 24th, on Tuesday, just 6 days ago, I think. Then the charts acknowledging when he was disturbing the guy that he wants to refund immediately after he saw my video. And then, yes, the charts. And the charts where he blackmailed the guy. There's a particular place where he blackmailed the guy. The chart also asking for the money. As a reminder, we even like to read one part for September 4th. He said, "Dear Bobrisky, this is a reminder for the return of the loan amount of 4 million naira as agreed. The due date for the return is September 1st. Mind you, this September 1st, it was Bobrisky that gave him the date. Then he said, kindly use the attachment account details to send the refund. Then he sent his account number. So because he didn't get it, he came to me. So I'll read the part of the blackmail that made him. Because, yes, I would like to verify that the guy said he's not gay. I don't know, I don't live with him, but he has kids. So he said he's not gay. Okay, so this part, after requesting, sorry. Okay, I'll still bring more parts. So this part, the guy went on saying things like, I helped you when you needed help. When it's time to pay me back, you have been stressing me, this is not fair. How will you pay me like this? Then Bobrisky went on to say, when you kiss me and smoosh me, did you give me any money? Are you mad? Your visit to Nigeria that you kissed me in Lagos, did you give me anything? I didn't ask you for money, no, because I am fucking okay. If not EFCC, you think I'm going to ask you for money? Does that mean it's because of EFCC is asking for the money? So if not EFCC, do you think I'm going to ask you for money? You are typing all this message to someone help you post flyers without collecting anything from you. Wow. Go ahead and call me out. I will respond to you on IG. You know I am shameless and I don't care. You will get your money, I have your account. I don't want to look like someone that is ungrateful. But threatening me that you give me 24 hours is the height of it. I am waiting for you to post or call me out. So apparently the guy told him he was going to tell me. So these are the evidence I'm going to present for now. Additionally, after this, there's a second one and there's a third one, of course.
Okay.
And I'll give everything. Thank you.
Dear colleagues, do you have any? Okay. Well, I will just need. He has received it. The clerk has received it. They have done that. Let's take. You have received the clerk. Okay, good. I think he has mentioned all of them. It's listed. It's listed. So
my name is Kafila Togbara. I represent Koshofe Federal Constituency. I am from Lagos State, the Center of Excellence. Honestly, I can't believe I'm sitting in this house because of, as an individual, I'm speaking as an individual now, because of a Bobrisky or a very dark man. Because this house has very, very important things to do. In fact, a lot of us have like 3-4 meetings holding somewhere else that we are supposed to be attending. But we are here because of our institutions that have been mentioned in the matter. And then we have somebody come here that say that he will die if he has to speak. And you have finally spoken. Hello! You have finally spoken. And we are happy that you have spoken. Before now, we are supposed to have had all the necessary documents, even before we came here. I called the clerk now to ask him that what documents do we as committee members have to work with before we even came here in the first place. We don't have any documents here to work with, and we are just collecting the documents here now. This is very, very untidy. And our institutions that are here, we need them to defend themselves. There are a lot of fake news in the air, and I'm also aware that Bobrisky has sued for ₦1 billion, claiming that the voice note is AI generated. Whatever it is, we don't have by the Bobrisky lawyer that is here. What is the reason why Bobrisky is not here? Is there any serious reason why he or she is not here? Is he sick or what? So we need to know. So please, I want to appeal that the aspects that concerns our institutions should be addressed. Let us know where we are going. We have very serious matters to attend to. Thank you very much.
Gada member representing Ojuabi Federal Constituency. I'm from Benue State. Mr. Martins. Yes, sir. I had listened to you, though you didn't die after you spoke.
Exactly.
And I pray you will not die.
Amen.
And such negative things will not come out from your mouth again.
Amen.
While you were speaking, I was listening keenly. I was trying to ask myself, where is that evidence that is really connecting the security agencies or this institution? Because from your narration, I discovered that it's just a mention of, oh, this said this and that said this. Though at the final stage, you said that you have second phase, third phase, probably fourth phase document to submit. I really wanted to establish for us the connection that brought about this corruption that was highly mentioned, especially at the EFCC and that of the Correctional Center. That is where the bulk question is. And also, as I said here, let me tell you, if some of these things is not clarified, they might think also that they have bribed us to the lawmakers. And this will not be taken lightly, because for some of us that are seated here, we are here to defend our country and this honorable institution. So I really need you to throw light to tell us what is the connection, these two agencies. I really want to know what is really your evidence to that, to some of those things that have been asked. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, this is the main reason why I said Bobrisky should be here. I think now you understand why. This question is supposed to be for Bobrisky. He was the one that used his own mouth. He has the experience. He went to the prison. He was the one that moved. He was the one that said they took him to a special prison. It is not me. You can't ask me that. I'm sorry, sir. So the evidence, you can get it. I'll break it down. The account number he used when he was in detention, because according to him, he said it here, if not for EFCC, meaning his own main account was maybe frozen. So he used his brother's account. So the account should be investigated. All the money that went in and went out of it should be investigated to actually get the evidence that you need. Also, why this is actually believable for me, there was money laundering charges, everybody knows. From nowhere, no more money laundering charges. There was. From nowhere, it disappeared. Why? That made sense to me. That was why I said, okay, this is what it is. So thank you very much, sir.
Dear colleagues, we will be listening to members of the Nigerian Correctional Services. When we must have listened to all these people, this thing will start making sense to you people. His own is clear. If you have watched the video, he is not a person speaking in the video or in the audio. So it's the allegations we had in the audio. That is what we are investigating. He has tendered it, if I'm correct. He has tendered it and we have accepted it. It is our duty to investigate to the letter of these allegations. Even we will involve even the network providers. I can assure you that we will get to the root. The issue of whether he was detained in the medium or maximum, we are also going to listen to these people here today. So let us not rush some of these things. If we have any other person who wants to ask questions to him, so that let him take his questions, we can bring the next people to this place.
And so that we don't misunderstand ourselves outside the precincts of Parliament. The essence, I moved the motion first and foremost. My name is Dr. Patrick Umo. I moved that motion for this investigation to be carried out. Now, the investigative hearing is premised on the fact that there are two principal institutions created by acts of Parliament. The first is the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and the second is the Nigerian Correctional Service. And as an institution of Parliament, we have a duty to protect the image of our country. And it is just not enough. It is not just enough for us to fold our arms and watch either the veracity of what is said or the propaganda against our institutions. And so it is this kind of investigative hearing that will expose the veracity, the correctness or otherwise of what is on ground. As a Parliament, we are not here because of Bobrisky or very dark man. We are here because two principal institutions of the Federal Republic of Nigeria are affected, and that is the EFCC and the Correctional Service. And again, this is not to prejudice whatever investigations we are going to do. This is also to send a signal to the media community, because we are in very rough times that mere statements made against institutions such as the EFCC or the Nigerian Correctional Service can bring down the country. Whatever this means, this is the point to go with. If we allow mere propaganda to thrive without having this kind of investigative hearing, then we're in trouble in our country. And so this is why we have this investigative hearing. It is not about it is not about very dark man or Bobrisky. We are not interested in your private affairs. And again, like I said, not to prejudice whatever investigations we are carrying out. My learned friend knows, and many other lawyers who are here know, that he who assets, the onus is on him to prove. So that is the weight of the evidence. If when you assert, you must prove, because you are the one who has brought this to the fore. That's one. And then two, my learned friend also knows that a prosecution in regular court cases can amend charges, can drop charges. In fact, that is why it is in law allowed for even the Attorney General to enter an early prosecution. So that's the law. So we are not there yet, but that's why I said I don't want to prejudice anything. But then be that as it may, gentlemen, please, I am protected by the chairman. Be that as it may, you have evidence to tender. You should have the confidence of Parliament. Most of us who are here, listen, most of us who are here because we are representing the conscience, the collective conscience of Nigerians. And for most of us to spend time to sit down and participate in this hearing, we are interested in this country. Now, when you tender documents in part, you are not helping this investigation. But if you tender your documents properly and in full, we would mark them accordingly, and then take the other parties or the other witnesses we will call accordingly, and it will help us in our investigation. If you tender in part, your lawyer knows you are not helping this investigation. And then you have no discretion as far as tendering of documents is concerned. Counsel, please, I'm talking. You don't confuse him. You don't have discretion whatsoever before Parliament to choose, to pick and choose what documents to tender. We will foreclose you if you cannot tender all your documents and move to call the next witness. Thank you very much.
All right, sir, you see the reason why I refused to tender everything I had. You heard what the woman said.
Bobrisky have said that it is AI. They have sold you 1 billion.
And all that. Do you understand? They're already calling it AI. Now, the good part I have proves that it's not AI. You see the point? I know why I did that. You understand? Because if she is concluding that she was sounding as if she's Bobrisky's lawyer, saying Bobrisky have said it's AI, he's suing you 1 billion. Do you understand? So this is why I would not tender it.
Order, please. Order. Dear colleagues, I think, okay, let us take the last speaker on this so that we can go to the next thing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My name is Kabir Tukura, and I represent Suru, Fakai, Jonko, and Sakama Federal Constituency institutions. I would want to call on very dark man. Very dark man, you must respect this house. And to respect this house, you must not ridicule or make a caricature of any of its members. And I want you to withdraw the statement on addressing Honorable Kafilot Akbara, how she speaks and all of that. It is very disrespectful, and that is not good. And you should withdraw that statement. That on the side. Mr. Chairman, a lot of speakers have spoken, and that this investigation is not about very dark man or Bobrisky. That's true. In as much as you cannot take them out of it because they are the principal actors. What I want us to understand principally is there was an allegation, and that allegation stemmed from that phone recording. So whatever we do here, if we don't listen to that recording, I think we are leaving the crux of the matter. So I urge us to allow the media to play that recording for us to listen to. And then from there we take on what we need to do. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Excuse me, please. And Mr. Martins, can you withdraw? You made two statements. One against your brother from Edo, and the other one against Honorable Kafilat. Can you withdraw it so that we can proceed? Can you put on your microphone? Can you put on the microphone?
I withdraw the statements made to our elder statesman from Edo State. I'm very sorry, sir. And Mama, I'm also very, very sorry, and I withdraw it. Thank you very much.
The audio. I think I posted that audio on our platforms. And I posted that audio day before yesterday to allow members to listen to it, so that I don't think there is a different audio he has, and he has submitted it. Hello?
A different audio, but there is more to the audio. So I gave you what I actually brought here. I'm not sure if I brought the complete one, but what I have here is what you have heard. It's actually an over 11 minutes audio, where I broke it down and posted the half, and then there's another one. So, but yes, but it portrays the same thing, but at least it's a better proof. It's wait here.
Okay, can we allow him to go and sit down? Please go and sit down. Clark, who is the next person?
In absence of Mr. Okunaya Idris Olarewaju, Mr. Okunaya Idris Olarewaju, aka Bobrisky, Mr. Okunaya Idris Olarewaju, aka Bobrisky.
Dear colleagues, I don't think it's in the culture of this parliament to have legal representations in issues like this. So we are not going to accept legal representation. Like I said before, when we get to every stage, we address it. This is the time now for us to address the issue of the absence of Mr. Idris. Yeah. Is it? Okay, legal counsel, can you tell us why he is not here?
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, sir, I want to apologize for the absence of my client. But I also want to state something on record. The institution of this panel is not feeling fine. Is not feeling fine. He's under the weather.
Excuse me.
Sir? Let me lay foundation.
Order, please. Order, please.
Mr. Chairman.
Order, please.
This is supposed to be a committee of fair hearing, isn't it?
No, order, please. Let's hear him. Let's hear him.
Let me lay foundation.
Let's hear him. Go straight to the point, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Okuneye Idris is unavailable absence because of his ill health. But I came in from Lagos this morning to show respect to the committee. Now, the issue of
It's okay. It's okay. That's okay. No. It's okay. He's not here.
No, I think I'm here.
No. He's not here. No. Okay. We have had you. We have had you. Yes. He is not feeling fine. I will now open the floor for our members to react to it.
And I represent the good people of Ukwa East and West Federal Constituency in Abia State. Mr. Chairman, the attorney that has come to represent Bobrisky has just told us that he is not here because he's indisposed, correct? He said he's not feeling well, not so. Do you have any letter from the doctor or medical report? So that you should have said it. For you to have come here and given all that kind of excuse, you should have been accompanied with a medical report to say that he's so unwell that he cannot be here. So please, when next we invite him, we hope he will be well by that time. Thank you.
My name is Honorable Engineer Dominic Ifeanyi. I know that our letter was addressed specifically to Bobrisky. The council, can you give us a letter from him? Because anybody can come here and claim that he's council. Is there any letter you have here to confirm to us that you're actually representing him? The authority letter you have from him. Thank you.
Carried. We are going to invite Mr. Okuneye Idris in our next hearing. The next person, Clark.
May I humbly invite Michael
Mr. Chairman. Hello. Mr. Chairman, honorable members of the House, the distinguished Controller General of Corrections, Chairman EFCC, very senior colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Michael Benson Anogwa, Deputy Controller of Corrections and the officer in charge, Medium Security Custodial Facility in Kirikiri, Lagos. And I stand here to defend that Idris Okuneye Olanrewaju was interred into the Nigerian Correctional Facility Medium Security Custodial Center in Lagos on the 12th of April with a valid warrant and a transfer order from Ikoyi Medium Security Custodial Facility. The warrant was endorsed to me by the Deputy Controller of Corrections in charge Ikoyi facility on the same day of his conviction. This is the warrant, and I believe strongly is attached to the documents that we have submitted to the committee. The biometrics of Idris Okuneye Olanrewaju was taken the next day because the time he came was around 10:30 p.m. So we could not do the biometrics on that day. So we did the biometrics on the 13th of on the 13th of April 2024. I want to get the biometric picture, please.
Don't need to.
It's there. I don't know where it is.
When they tendered
Where is that?
Yes. Just go ahead. Let me stop this one first. Something that
Give me the biometrics.
you should just say
This is the biometrics picture of capturing of Idris Okuneye Olanrewaju on admission on the 13th of April 2024 at Medium Security Custodial Center in Lagos. During the time that he spent at Medium, because Idris spent 10 days at Medium facility in Lagos. 10 days. He spent 10 days, 12th to 22nd. Idris Okuneye Olanrewaju refusing to eat prisons or corrections ration, decided to apply for self-feeding. Self-feeding is approved in our laws. And this is the photocopy of the approval application for self-feeding where he nominated. I'll get the original for you. The original is also here.
so you can order food from the best restaurant.
So the application for self-feeding was approved. And he he, Idris Okuneye, nominated 2 persons that will bring in his food to the facility within the period he was there. The persons he nominated were Okuneye Idris, Okuneye Abiola, and Moji Okuneye. Okuneye Abiola and Moji Okuneye. Then his health screening was done. During the admission, we discovered that Idris had a peculiar features that can not allow us to put him in a general apartment.
What are the peculiar features? Features, please.
Idris Okuneye Olarewaju, though male, had some female features like a breast. He has a breast. Yes. This is the original of the medical examination done by the facility's medical practitioner, a qualified doctor, Dr. Ifeoma Okpaloba. In this, the admission board had to enter into a meeting to discuss on the best practices and the best way to manage him. Then we arrived at the conclusion that we have to put him in a protective custody, which we did. And he spent his time at Medium, the 10 days, in our B ward room 2. B ward room 2 of the facility. And alone in that particular room. Why we did that is that because we have to abide by the international best practices and according to our laws. If you look at the Correction Act, Chapter 21A, you find out that we have to abide by the international human rights as approved by the United Nations. And because of the United Nations Act, that's Chapter 21A of the Corrections Act, and also Chapter 13 of the Corrections Act, 1A, I to V. 1A, I to V. Is section 13, 1A, I to V, where we have to look at certain features of an inmate before we use a particular management style. Corrections management is not done on social media. It's not done on the pages of the newspaper. It is a professional job done by well-trained officers for corrections management. And everybody, notwithstanding that our laws maybe have not actually recognized the issue of someone being a transgender, but we have to protect him. His rights are sacrosanct. His rights is important for us to protect. And that is why we don't have to, if we throw him into a general cell, before the next morning they bring out a dead body. Because there are a lot of people there who are convicted and are standing trial for rape and even sodomy. So we cannot allow that. If we had allowed that to happen, the same public that are clapping for VDM and Bobrisky today will begin to cast aspersions on the Nigerian Correctional Service for not managing Bobrisky well. The paper. Now, during the time that Bob spent at the Nigerian Correctional Facility, Medium Security Custodial, don't worry, Medium Security Custodial Center, Kirikiri, Lagos, Idris Okuneye Olarewaju had a total of 39 visitors. 39 visitors. I have the record here. And the visit form that we have, we designed, that we use, the visit form has position for the name of the visitor, the visit date, the visitor's address, visitor's phone number, visitor's occupation, the name of the inmate that that is to receive the visit, a relationship with the visitor, and the inmate's consent. Before you see an inmate, the inmate will have to consent that he or she wants to see you. So after filling the form, on 13th April 2024, Idris Okuneye Olarewaju had 6 visitors. Abiodun Okuneye, Kayode Okuneye, Adebolo Okuneye, Abiola Okuneye, Bukola Okuneye, and Mrs. Moji Okuneye. These are the 6 that visited on the 13th. On the 14th, he had 1 visitor, the legal counsel, Barrister Nike Goncaves. All these people, their addresses and phone numbers are here for verification.
Please, spare us of those tests.
Okay. So, and the visitors that came, all their biometrics are here tendered. I think we have tendered it to the chairman or to the body. So, on the whole, he had 39 visitors that visited him. That was 13th to 21st. Those who came to visit. Then on the 21st, I, Michael Benson, and the Deputy Controller of Corrections, took permission from my command controller to travel to our Corrections Academy at Ijebibo to write my command course exam, which was to come up the next day, 22nd. So, and the Idris visits, I handled it personally. So on the 22nd, I was not available in the facility. I went to Jebibo. When my controller put a call across and told me that he is moving him to maximum on security, for security reasons. He's not supposed to tell me, he's the command controller, but he gave me that respect and called me to tell me that look at. I said, no problem, sir, go ahead. And he was moved to maximum on the 22nd of April 2022. So the account I gave is what happened at medium between 12th and the 21st of April 2022. Thank you, sir.
We have, yes, we'll take it one by one, please. We have listened to him. I understand that what category of people do you keep at the medium security, and what category of offenses do you keep at maximum?
Thank you, sir. As the name implies, medium security, mostly the people we keep at medium security custodial center are mostly minor offenders and first offenders as well. So it's sometimes that we have, because of overflow of the big custodial centers that manage big offenders, that they bring some of those big offenders to medium to give space.
Was there an overflow? Because I want to know the reason why you should take somebody who just committed an offense of abuse of naira to maximum security, where you keep people who committed maximum capital offenses. Because I want to know, because it's at this point that we need to trace this allegation of the fact that he was kept outside the prison environment. Because I want to know why he was moved from the medium to the maximum. What is the reason?
Okay, sir. The reason is, one, there was social media hype because Idris' friends and some family members donated chairs, 21 plastic chairs, to the visit area environment that doesn't have, they have the inconvenient chairs. Chairs were not enough. So when they come to visit sometimes, when they come to visit us and they discover that there is lack of chairs. So they went and donated chairs and wrote the name of Idris Okuneye Olarewaju as the donor. Then the next minute it went viral on social media, sensing that this may cause security breach. The controller took action.
Who moved him? Who moved him?
I was not present, but my let me say, I was not present, but let me tell you.
Excuse me, are you trying to say that up till now, even when you came back, you don't know who moved him?
No, I said my command controller.
Order, please, order.
They should, people need to understand our hierarchy. We have a hierarchy.
Yeah.
We have a controller general.
That's what I'm saying. Who moved him?
The state command controller is in charge of the whole of Lagos State. He can move into any facility. If he sees,
is it the state controller that moved him?
Yes, he's the state controller, sir.
Good. I hope you have cameras around the premises, CCTV, around the premises of the prisons, the correctional facility.
Sir, medium, no.
You don't have cameras?
In medium, we don't have.
Excuse me. Do you have cameras in the maximum?
In maximum, we have. In medium, we don't have.
Can you tender cameras from when he came into the maximum and also when he left the maximum?
I'm not the officer in charge maximum.
No, the question is a general question because they are listening. Because we want your leadership to give us a footage of the CCTV of when Bobrisky came into the maximum and when he left the maximum. Secondly, like you have tendered the visitors row book.
Yes, sir.
How they visited him in the medium. We also want to have the visitors. I hope you came with it. How he was visited, visitors register. How he was visited when he was in the maximum.
Sir, with all due respect, the officer in charge maximum is here. I think he can.
Yeah, he's coming on board. So I'm done. Okay, let's start.
Bobrisky as a high-profile inmate, not so. The question I want to ask you, you have told us here.
Sorry, sir. You asked me a question, but you answered it.
No, I'm not done. Okay. Please, I still have the floor. You told us that Bobrisky has a very special feature, not so,
yes,
that
sir.
he developed a breast, or he has breast, not so.
And hips as well.
And hips,
yes.
No problem. So did you, when you were entering his details, was he classified as a woman? Yes or no?
Sir, we don't have rights.
No. Was he classified?
No,
Wait,
no, we don't answer that.
Was he classified?
He's a male.
He's a male.
As male.
So what was the business telling us that because he has breast, he has a nyash? Huh? that his case has to be treated in a different way. That's number 2 question.
Can I answer
Number 3
that?
question. Let me finish, please. Number 3 question. He also did say, he did mention to us that they were bringing his food from outside. Correct? He was not eating the prison food, not so.
If you are in town, yes. This food was coming from us.
Okay. Is it allowed by law?
Yes, sir.
What if they had poisoned the food and he dies in your custody?
No,
What would have happened?
We have our rules.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's all I have for now.
The controller had to intervene. The donation was made by
my question is it the
donation was made?
Sir, hold on, please. Is it yes or no? Is it the tradition that an inmate in custody can make donations while they are in custody?
No.
All right. So then going to my other question.
If you look at
Sir, do you have it? Okay, Mr. Chairman, I have requested for 2 documents. The first one is the paperwork the day he was admitted, and the second one is a discharge letter the day he was moved from that medium security, and you have an admittance letter when you took him to the maximum.
I have all that.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'm requesting for that as well. And officer, now, don't you think the donation of those chairs would have influenced the movement of Mr. Okuneye from medium to maximum?
That was what influenced it, sir.
No, don't you think that would have influenced? Because when we talk about corruption, yes, that an inmate donating to the correctional facility. Now, I asked before, you said no, it's not a tradition, but yet you received it and you accepted it.
Sir, I want to tell you,
and you wrote, hold on, sir. The chairs even came with his name imprinted on them, correct?
I was not the one that received it, sir. I told you that I traveled.
Sir, you are representing your institution.
Yes, but I will tell you.
Sir, are you representing your institution? You are old, sir. Be careful.
I know.
So if you are old, be careful what you say.
You remember that I said I went for exam on the 21st. After 21st visit, it was there that I was told that these chairs came. And it caused.
Sir, are you speaking on your personal capacity or you are speaking on behalf of your institution?
I'm speaking in my personal capacity as the.
So who is going to speak on behalf of your institution, sir? I hope you know why you are here.
Sorry, sir. My controller is here.
Okay. All right. So well, let me finish the questions, Mr. Chairman. I've requested for those documents and I wish they will be submitted. I want to yield back. Thank you very much.
From a facility to another facility issues from the state controller, the command controller. He will give his authorization in writing. And when you receive the authorization, you write your own transfer letter to the next facility where the inmate is going. There is 2 forms that we complete that will accompany the letter, Forms 5 and Forms 5A. Those 2 forms, you send it to state controller to sign it. When the state controller signs that Form 5 and 5A, you come to your facility and keep the Form 5 as the evidence of the movement. And use the Form 5A and your letter to carry the inmate to the next facility. When you get to the next facility, there's what we call body receipt. Body receipt will be issued to you by the records officer in that facility to accept that they receive this particular inmate. All those documents are submitted themselves. Thank you, sir. The documents are attached to the annexes that I submitted to the House. The operational manual is not there. We can submit that one later.
It's okay.
Thank you. I just have a simple question, officer. And you did find out that you don't know where to put it, whether a man or woman, that you had a meeting, emergency meeting. Can you furnish us with the minutes of that meeting, the people that attended that meeting, and how the resolution was taken, in line with the procedure of Correctional Act? We want the minutes of that meeting, those that participated in that meeting, and the resolution that informed that decision. That is one. Secondly, you may mention that you move into B ward room 2.
Yes, sir.
What are the facilities in that B1? B
is B ward, sir. B?
Thank you.
Precious one. Can I answer the question, sir? Okay. The admission of inmates to a facility is done by a board, and that board is called admission board. The admission board is chaired by the officer in charge. The members of the admission board include the record officer, the in-charge welfare, the in-charge medical, and the caterer. Most other ad hoc members may be the in-charge industry or workshop, as the case may be. So during that period, we may not have a detailed minutes of meeting where we decided it has to be this. We have to talk to each other. I am the officer in charge of the facility and still remain the officer in charge. So I won't be there. Like the Igbo say that elders should not be at home and the goat will give birth while it's tied on the rope. I will not be there because I want to please the public. I break the law of the land. During admission, there's what we call classification of inmates. During classification, you classify by offense, you classify by sex or gender, you classify by age, you classify by inherent health challenges, and some other factors that we consider. Now, in the case of Idris Okuneye Olarewaju, it was peculiar. And we have to take a peculiar decision to attack a peculiar situation. And the decision we took was, this is a block of cell of small rooms. Everybody in his own room. Each of those rooms have a toilet inside of it. So, which means he can stay here. Additional measures that I took is that I posted a staff to be standby on that particular place. Each time, if we bring our duty roster, you see it. We moved the staff who was there for the whole 10 days that Bob spent in media.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm still speaking with my voice, Kafila Togbara from Lagos State. I have just one question.
As male or female was determined.
On the 13th, sir, during admission.
It's a yes or no. We don't need story at this stage.
Sorry, sir.
Conviction.
Sorry, sir. We admit people with what they call comes up. Whatever is in the warrant is what we admit. We don't add, we don't remove.
What was on the warrant?
Male. Yes, sir.
And so the issue is clear. And so we are within the box that he is male. Nigeria does not, there is no law in Nigeria that recognizes transgender. All these things you're talking about, anyway, I'll leave it to the chairman for the ruling. But the issue is that there is no law in Nigeria today that talks about a transgender. So you are male or you are female. And the conviction, the sentence you had, will always show those details. That APC is convicted, is male, and then you take the person to the precise place it should be. So anyway, I'm sure we'll have better questions to ask your superior. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'm yielding him the microphone, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, the co-chairman, honorable members, Controller General of Correction, Chairman EFCC, very senior officers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ben Rabbi Friedman, Assistant Controller General of Corrections, in charge of Zone A. Zone A covers Lagos State and Ogun State. I was the controller of correction. In fact, the immediate past controller of correction in charge of Lagos State. Mr. Chairman, I have a 20 years cognitive experience, controller of correction in 3 commands, and I've headed 8 custodial centers and facilities across the country. On the 12th of April 2024, at about 15:30 hours, I got a call from the Deputy Controller of Correction in charge of Ikoyi Medium Security Custodial Center that Idris Okuneye Olariwaju, popularly known as Bobrisky, have been sentenced at Federal High Court, Ikoyi, and that they were on their way to Ikoyi Custodial Center with a large crowd. The crowd of fans at the court premises followed them to Ikoyi Custodial Center, and it was such that the facility, Ikoyi, in the center of the town, sandwiched by urbanization, the traffic jam, the gridlock within that Ikoyi axis got up to Falomo, and inmates that were returning from court could not have access to our facility. On the strength of that, pursuant to Rule 163, Sub F of the Nigerian Correctional Service Standing Order, I authorize in writing a letter backed by a warrant. The Chairman, I'd like to report that movement of an inmate from one facility to the other must carry a warrant, a valid warrant. That warrant is called Form 5 and 5A. Transferring him to Medium Security Custodial Center, Kirikiri, that's in 12, for operational and security reasons, because Ikoyi is very congested and there were a lot of concern for the security implications. I'd like to confirm to this honorable committee that on the 12th he was moved to Kirikiri Medium. That same 12th, he spent about 3-4 hours in Ikoyi. He got to Kirikiri and he was admitted. He stayed in Kirikiri Medium for barely 10 days. And I had to move him. I had caused to move him out of Kirikiri Medium to Kirikiri Maximum, exercising my powers as provided in our rules. Because the Controller General of Correction transmitted a call to me that there was a trending video on social media that Bobrisky donated some plastic chairs to our facility. And he asked me to find out, address the matter, and report back to him. On the strength of that directive, very firm directive, I rushed down to Kirikiri Medium. And I confirmed that 21 plastic chairs were donated to the facility. On further inquiry, it was confirmed that those chairs were donated by relations of Bobrisky. Granted, the officer in charge, who is a deputy controller, got permission for me to travel to write an exam at Ijebu that morning. So I entered the yard and I did 2 things. Firstly, I ordered that those chairs be removed from the visiting hall outside the premises where visitors are processed, and they should be taken out of circulation. Secondly, I had to go to the cell to see Bobrisky, and I told him that we will not accept any donation from his family or friends or himself to our facility henceforth, because it may create a very faulty impression about the reputation and integrity of the correctional service. Secondly, I effected his transfer. I ordered his immediate transfer from medium to maximum.
How was he transferred? Did you carry him in your private vehicle to the maximum, or did you not?
I followed them to maximum. The vehicle we use in transferring, because of the urgency.
Where was he? Was he in your vehicle or was he in the official vehicle of your district?
He was in my official vehicle, the operational helix, because courts were in session and the other operational vehicles, because of the seriousness of the matter, I had to, the courts have, the inmates have gone to court with other vehicles.
Is it official vehicle or your private vehicle?
Official operational vehicle. I have a flag car, the staff car with the flag, but I went to that facility since it was operational with an operational helix, official operational helix. I ordered the staff officer in Kirikiri medium. Normally, if you are transferring an inmate with a letter and the transfer warrant, there must be an escort. All the proper documentation were done for him to be transferred, the gate, the record office, and everything that has to do with his transfer, you know, is available.
This he has been tendered. Have you submitted those things?
It's been tendered. It's been
tendered.
Okay. It's been tendered. So on the 22nd, we moved under my supervision because the Control General was monitoring the development. We had to move into maximum. He stayed in maximum from 22nd of April to the 5th of August, when he was discharged from lawful custody upon expiration of his prison term. And with profound respect, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to clarify the issue of keeping Bobrisky in a single cell. Bobrisky stayed in P ward. P ward has a capacity of 240. He stayed in room 2. There are many single cells in that place, and it's the standard practice in the correctional service to classify it. We saw in Bobrisky a special case, special in the sense that he's a transgender, and allow him to stay in the general cell with other inmates could create a bigger problem. Firstly, he could be bullied, he could be violated, and it would be a major problem for us. And it's important to tell this committee that Bobrisky was not the only person staying in single cell. There are many inmates staying in single cell. We have a very important case we manage again. The same week Bobrisky came to Kirikiri Medium, we admitted, I have the warrant here, we admitted another inmate from a certain part of the country, a trailer driver, and he is a hermaphrodite. Our men in Kirikiri Medium were very dutiful and professional, and they were able to search, and they detected that he's a hermaphrodite. He had the male organ and he had the female organ. That inmate stayed in Kirikiri Medium from April to September. He just discharged from our facility. A trailer driver, and the charge is for stealing. He appeared before a magistrate court and they remanded him. And the deputy controller in charge did a professional job alongside his team, and they kept that inmate in a single cell. We kept the inmate in a single cell, because if we don't do that, there is classification of inmates in every facility. And the inmate is, the same inmate could not, an indigent inmate, he could not get a lawyer. The deputy controller in charge, Medium Security Control Center, would firm approval for him, got a legal representative to help that indigent inmate and approach the magistrate. He personally went to court to see the magistrate until the inmate was discharged from the facility. This is the letter he wrote and the warrant of that inmate, who is a hermaphrodite. The chairman, we never took Bobrisky out of our facility. We never took Bobrisky out of our facility from the 12th of April to the 5th of August. In fact, even when there was a need for medical attention, because I got very firm instruction from the Control General that we should do our work professionally because of the reputation of the service. There was, at the point there was a need for reference. By our regulations, the controller, only the controller can give approval for an inmate to be taken, giving referral to another hospital. But I never gave any approval for Bobrisky even to get medical assistance outside. We have a clinic in maximum are doctors there and are medical. He managed him until he left. He never left the facility. I say on oath. He served in a facility.
Were you suspended too?
I'm not suspended. I'm not under suspension, Mr. Chairman.
Not even with the press release.
No, I'm not.
It didn't affect you.
No, it didn't affect me. I supervise it.
Okay, members, we have had him. Do you still have other things to say, or can you round up so that you can take one or two questions?
Yeah, I have a concern, Mr. Chairman, because I just got information today from one of my officers in charge of the facility that there's a trending story, because it's important we begin to address this thing, going forward. There's a trending story of a high-profile inmate that was moved from a particular state in this country to our facility, and that there's another trending story that inmate was taken from our facility in a particular state to an apartment close to the prison. And as the story is gaining traction, it may come to you very soon and to this honorable committee. So we do our work professionally, because the service have zero tolerance for all forms of unprofessional conduct, unethical conduct, and no staff will. To manage an inmate in custody, so many hands are involved. An officer in charge of a facility cannot take an inmate out of the cell, out of the yard.
This one you are talking about now is not why we are here. So let us deal with this one that has brought us here.
Thank you,
and conclude it. So can we take just three direct questions to him? Let me start from Gio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sir, you mentioned that
the urgency that my principal, the Controller General of Corrections, was on me monitoring that development. And I consulted with him. He gave me approval to transfer him. It may test you. Kirikiri medium and maximum is within the same range. It's barely 200 meters from Kirikiri medium to maximum. So the officer in charge was not on ground. He traveled with my express permission. And I was the command controller then. And once now I'm an
Sir, the urgency. The other officer says for security reasons. You came, you said the urgency. Can you explain to this honorable committee? Define this urgency for us.
The urgency, with respect, Mr. Chair, the urgency is that there's a trending story on social media that have attracted the attention of the Controller General. And he has asked me to address that matter. So I had to effect the transfer, and the staff from
the trending. Okay, so the trending story was about the chairs.
The trending story was about the chairs
that were donated.
That were donated by his relations or friends who came the previous day, and the chairs in the visitors room were not enough.
Okay, so now, whenever an officer on duty has to go for another course, is there nobody that usually takes over from him? Like an assistant?
No, there is. There's no vacuum.
So in this case, why did it have to be you to come in and move Bobrisky with your official operational vehicle?
It has to be me because I got directives from my Controller General. And
in your own assessment, sir, you are an officer.
Yes.
Was there a particular threat at that moment that would have led to the breakdown of law and order, or people coming in to break into your facility? Because you have still not defined the urgency for us. We want to know, because your vehicles moved other inmates to court. You had to rush down there. On your way to that facility, did you meet some group of people trying to vandalize your facility? Because we are trying to understand this urgency. No, just go ahead, sir. You want to tell us?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
The provision of a standing order allows the controller, rule 163F, allows the controller to move any inmate for security and administrative reasons. In this circumstance, the controller general called me. I got the information about those chairs.
Okay, let's move to another question. So when you came, those chairs that were donated, were they moved out of the facility immediately, or those chairs were still there?
They were moved immediately. First, I told you I took two actions, two equally important actions. Firstly, I went to the company of my PRO and some deputy controllers. I ordered that those chairs be removed from the visiting hall because it was becoming an embarrassment to the service.
Were they donated to the orphans, or you have kept them somewhere to be used on a separate day?
No, I didn't donate them to. I didn't donate them to the orphan. I asked them to remove. I gave the instruction and they complied. To the best of my knowledge, those chairs were moved out of the facility. They were moved out of that, and the deputy controller can confirm that.
Where are the chairs? Where are the chairs now? Where are the chairs?
I can't. Mr. Chair, I gave, as a command controller then,
yes,
I gave directives. And
when you gave instruction for those chairs to be moved, to who?
They moved out those chairs because when I entered, they moved the chairs out of the facility.
To where?
Well, those chairs were an embarrassment to us.
Yeah, to where? Did you ask them to just throw them under the bridge?
I asked them to move those chairs. I didn't confiscate to collect.
So you have not found out if they are still in your facility?
I asked them to take those chairs out of the facility.
So will you be surprised if I show you pictures now that those chairs are still in your facilities?
I'll be surprised.
You'll be surprised?
I'll be surprised.
So check, we will leave that chairman I yield back.
I'm from Abia State. Controller, I just have one question. Assistant Controller.
Yes, sir.
You said that Bobrisky is a hermaphrodite.
No.
You said it.
No, it's a transgender.
That transgender of another person.
Mr. Chair, as Bobrisky is a transgender. The next, we had another inmate we admitted that the second inmate is the hermaphrodite, and I have his warrant with me.
Okay, thank you.
David Agada, member representing Ojuobi Federal Constituency. I'm from Benue State. Assistant Controller General, first I really want to appreciate the light you've thrown to the whole scenario, but I want to also put something straight here. We have a constitution that backed us as a nation. The 1999 constitution as amended. Some of these, your findings, whether transgender or whatever other case, is not recognized by our constitution. These are your special discovery in the area of your field that you are managing professionally. I want this to be laid to rest before it will be, attached to all of us seated here today. That is, by the way, we've come on oversight to those correctional facilities. And personally, I can attest to it. Even while we are speaking here, some will be thinking maybe the medium, Krikri prison, and the maximum is something that have this time. It's just a stone throw. We walked there. We walked from the medium down to the maximum, to the women, female, from female, we went to the maximum. It's just something workable. It's not something very far away. And we saw some of these cells by ourselves. The only thing I was keen about, that I was listening carefully for me to hear, is if this Mr. Okune was actually taken off the facilities totally. But you have cleared it. So I needed to say this so some of our colleagues could understand that we were there. And I saw it for myself. I've seen something different. I will say we saw some high-profile people, high-profile convicted inmates there. We requested for them. We saw them. These were some of the inmates. They told us that they are not in custody, but we saw them. I won't mention their name for obvious reasons. And then some of these things that are being said are also of high security intel. It's because we are following the directive of Mr. Chairman. Some of these things will have been better in an executive section so that we can hit them one after the other. But be as it may, there are some other issues really to be looked into. You see, we have one of the officers that came on board. A question was thrown to him: are you suspended or you are not suspended? The question was not well answered. These are some things that you yourself, as someone who is heading that region, should clarify as well. So we want to know, was there disciplinary measures put in place as a result of this trending issue we are investigating now? Is something that can come from a preview before even the Controller General could now make an attestment to it. So we need you to clarify that, what you are doing regarding this video. The other aspect, I will hold on until the EFCC people comes on board. But so far so good, you have clarified some of the issues. But on that aspect, we need you to clear it as one of the...
shown that the 10 days he spent in the medium security facility had a history of visitors. Can you also prove that when he was taken to the maximum security...
Thank you. The suspension of the two deputy controllers. I can confirm that there's a press release from our board suspending 4 officers, including the 2 that are heading Kirikiri medium and maximum. But as I speak now, they are yet to be served with a formal official letter about the suspension. That's why they are still in full uniform. Because of the allegations of corruption in respect of Bobrisky. It's around. I'm superior to it's a deputy controller.
Okay. Can you conclude?
Yes, I with profound respect, Mr. Chairman and Co-Chairman, I'd like to reiterate the fact that we did our job to the best of our ability. And Bobrisky had been in our custody from the 12th of April to the 5th of August when he was properly discharged. In both medium and maximum facility Kirikiri, we have impeccable records of all the management, including visitors. One, the biometrics of Bobrisky is in maximum, is in medium, and is in Ikoyi. Those documents are before the committee. We brought backs of them much earlier, and I thought they've shared it to members of the committee.
Are you telling us on oath now that you did not collect any money to effect that transfer, urgent transfer you did with your official car?
Mr. Chairman, for logistic challenge, I'd like to inform this honorable committee. I've had cause severally to use my official operational car for court duties. At times, I detailed the vehicle from Ikoyi when I was controller, from Alagbon Close to go to Ikoyi to assist them because of the challenge of acute shortage of vehicles. So it was not out of place for me to, and given the fact that it was next door, to move to the place. Because if I didn't do that, the Controller General would have sanctioned me. Because he asked me to address this matter. Let's stop saying this story that was trending.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's have the man in charge of.
Do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give to this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Please, you have 10 minutes.
Honorable Chairman, all protocol duly observed. I, DCC Sikiru Kamaru Adekunle, took over the maximum custodial center on the 9th of June 2024 on transfer from male prison Ondo Shekede. I'm not the one that received Bobrisky Idris Okuneye on transfer from medium. It was received by a retired DCC whom I took over from, though he's alive. And I managed Idris Okuneye under my watch from the 9th of June till 5th of August, when I discharged him accordingly. The discharge warrant, the discharge certificate is here, submitted. The original warrant is here, submitted as well. And I took pain to gather all the visit cards right away from the month of April, May, June, and July, because the record was intact. All these documents were submitted, sir.
Okay, Patrick.
This is not supposed to be your question. I should have handled it with your superior. Since you're here, now it seems a caricature of the Nigerian Correctional Service that there will be a press release suspending officers, and your superior steps up here or steps out here and says they have not been personally served, and so they are still in uniform. Is that how how it works there?
Sir, this is a regimental service. If you are not very cautionary of the word you use, one might still be dead switch on it. Honestly, it is like everybody had on paper on here that myself and my colleague from Medium were suspended. But up to today, there is no letter to the effect.
Have you taken steps to verify if you're still in service or suspended from service as a dutiful officer?
As a dutiful officer, if somebody is on suspension that is heading such a custodial institution with immediate effect, there will be somebody to replace him. So far, there is nobody is here to take over from me. I should maintain the ground for the safety of the country.
So kindly confirm that the suspension was a farce.
Not yet reversed, but as it's on paper, I hope.
And are you confirming that? Okay, I'll give my word now. Are you confirming to this parliament that the suspension was fake?
Huh? Okay, no, I didn't touch it. People were passing. The battery. They need to on it.
Suspending myself and my colleague.